Lictor Alpha has been chosen by Riku, and Noisy is going with his Sorcerer again. The map is Siwal Frontier, which is has been locked in naturally by the organizers, basically. So yeah, triple heretics from Noisy, but again, and this is a cool looking Sorcerer. Yeah, and Lictor Alpha for Riku. So ahead of this, we had some ranked matches, 1v1, going up last weekend and the week before, and there were some games, I think at least one game where Riku played versus Noisy Sorcerer with his Lictor, and I think it was about 14 minutes long, and Riku conceded then. But let's see, this is completely different situation, since it's a tournament final and Riku usually likes to fight hard for his games. Yeah, Sorcerer in a lot of trouble just in this very first, let's say, skirmish over here. Noisy again going straight for the triple cap, draining about 50 VP already from Riku, and going for some CSM after that. Spore mines are on the way on this to this castle. It's maybe a detonation, not yet. Just scaring them off. Heretics maybe trying to assault this Lictor. No, just going away without losing the model. So nothing too bad. This heretic already have some HP, so the experience. So this jumping and root already lost the model. There's the CSMs doing some damage to the spore mines. Heretics being caught by these Termagants. And the Sorcerer is out on the team, fully healed up. Lictor getting some hits on the CSM, now being assaulted by the Chaos Space Marine, the Chaos Sorcerer. Heretics coming to take him on. These Chaos Space Marines not really taking a ton of damage, but there are the spore mines flying in, so this is gonna be interesting. Sorcerer trying to hold them, but there's the flash hook. And the spore mines now are going to be shot down by the CSM without doing anything, so very smart play from Noisy. Just kiting the Lictor away from the spore mines, so 2 spore mines left. And it's a triple cap for Dark Riku apparently, so yeah, Havocs are on the field, as are Warriors. Now the Warriors will get suppressed, yes, but they make the jump into these Havocs regardless. Oh, big Doom Blast. There's the Homogons trying to kill these Heretics in retreat, but they abandon the chase. New Doom Blast, and these Homogons have to retreat, taking a ton of damage. Heretics now on retreat, and Havocs and CSM are out to assault them, so forcing melee with these CSM on these Toxin Sack Termagants. And he expected the retreat path through this LA over here, so he threw some Doom Balls, but apparently misses everything. Termagants over here, getting this victory point, and Noisy has pushed off Riku. Riku apparently already has triple gens up. 1 gen for Noisy at the moment. Will he go for some Raptors again? We saw him use Raptors versus Creamy Surprise to great effect. Especially in combination with his Sword of Flame. So, new Doom Bolts flying in, doing a ton of damage. Capping over here. CSM capping stuff. Havocs now falling back. And yes, there are some adrenaline glands for these Homogons. And Feeder Tendrils coming up for this Lictor. So, oh, and the Sword of Flame, so we see the first weapon upgrades for the heroes. Lictor Alpha is sneaking over here, and he is a aspiring champion on these Chaos 7 Heretics. Havoc's now suppressing some Homogons, doing some damage, and they will bleed some models, I think. Not, yes, one model goes down, and 4 models, wow. Now the Lictor has found these Chaos Havocs, doing some damage. And now full retreat from Noisy over here. Lictor Alpha kills a Havoc model in retreat with his Flash Hook. And we see Eternal War up on these Chaos Space Marines. Meanwhile, Noisy has decapped the south, kept the south. With his double heretic squads. And this Lictor Alpha with feeder tendrils will just eat them alive, so he's just not trying to get anything. Yeah, meanwhile Riku is capping the whole map. This map especially is yeah, very unique in this placing of these resource points. We have basically a requisition point street over here, triple rec point and triple power points over here. With only one of each natural for each player, so most of these resource points are actually very contested, so the player who actually forces the other player off the map can get quite a hand on the map very quickly and easily. So yeah, we see CSM dropping the model to all this combined fire. Their heretics have been crippled, and these warriors are in trouble. Wow, 70 HP, 50, and they get away just about. So it looked like a nice engagement for Dark Riku, but in the end all this heretics really did their job. So double aspiring champion online. Just well, they are obviously a decent choice versus Lictor because they are detectors. They're gonna decap this stuff here again. So Homogons trying to. Oh, this is interesting. So Riku not quite responding in time, but he might have not been able to see this retreating CSM. So he could have gotten a model maybe in a retreat path. And now Riku is back on the field. That looks over here. It's always smart to reset up to reposition your setup teams. There's the what's it called? Coruscating Flames, yes, on these heretics again. So really punishing this melee approach from Homogons and stuff like that. So triple cap for Noisy, some Windwalks flying in. Havoc's retreating. There's a flash hook and retreat and almost wiping these Havocs, so that's what a Lictor can do. And the Chaos Sorcerer goes down to some fire, but one Thermic and Brute died as well, so kind of a trade, but Noisy of course being on the better end. Because losing a hero is not that much of a trouble. Then losing the full squad, since you lose levels on the squad and you can have to reinforce them as well and stuff like that. And Sorcerer has been repurchased instantly, so triple gens up for both players now. Noisy abandons the cap over here, and we see a zone trope on the field with his health regeneration synapse. Obviously, with his standard attack, he's very beastly against any kind of high model low HP unit, like heretics are. There's a flash hook on this aspiring champion, and this could be dangerous. Heretics dying over here, and yeah. So because the aspiring champion is to die last in the squad, when you pull him out and smack him in the face, the heretics die first, regardless of the position. So this was quite a nice idea from Riku there. And here we see another sigil trying to catch this zone trope off guard, but Riku spotted it and just went away. So this was quite nice. And we see Havoc's Raptors coming up for Noisy. And Noisy is still in tier 1. Riku has his own troop, so he knows that Riku is tier 2 and he can throw up some turn guard. There we go. And he still delays his tier 2 tag. This might be a risky move. But of course, especially against Tyranid, you can forego your tier 2 tag because their walker isn't basically a walker. Okay, so Chaos also killed some models of these homogons. And Noise is back on the field. He's making it this capillary shower over here. Not quite getting it down, this zone troop getting a shot. He outranges a heavy bolter, Havoc, for example, and there's the Raptors. Getting crippled by these termagants, and yeah, this was well played from Riku. Now zone troop in retreat. Out of the way for getting assaulted. 1-to-1 cap meanwhile, so the Sorcerer gets forced off. That is Lictor. And he has upgraded to the Lone Hunter, so this upgrade makes the Lictor Alpha really dangerous if he's away from his unit, obviously. And range 30 isn't that high of a range, so especially on a spread out map like this, you can easily profit from this upgrade. And here we see a Tyrant Guard being in Synapse, increasing its speed. This Raptors now might be in a little bit of trouble. They don't want to, yes, they just jump out of the way, so they don't want to fight them. Meanwhile over here this Lictor Alpha just shreds these heretics. Does he know that he has the Lone Hunter upgrade? I don't think he has seen it. There's some Spore Mines dropped in. Oh, big Spore Mine hit over here. Chaos Heretics being chased by this Lictor Alpha who has upgraded to the Deadly Jump, so yeah, jumps out and retreats out. And Riku now with a triple cap, so Noisy hitting tier 2 now, and it's yeah, it's interesting to see how this will develop. So Raptors being caught off guard, losing the model in retreat for sure. Not quite, apparently. Zinch. No, it's a Zinch Havoc. So we'll see a last cannon, and this last cannon can threaten this Tyrant Guard, as you saw in some earlier games. If it has line of sight, that is. So Riku being very oppressive at the moment, and is going to tier 3 already. So and he has endless swarm up on both of his Gaunt squads. Fully upgraded Lictor. And these heretics are wiped. Wow, so caught off guard in retreat path. And are wiped out. Noisy almost having no real resource income, so Raptors jumping in, there's a demonic summoning. So this Raptors could reinforce off it. And they have their aspiring champions, giving them a 40 DPS power claw. Zone trope. Not quite in danger, so Lictor being over here, really a nuisance. Doom of Melantai coming up for Riku, and this is dangerous for Noisy at the moment. There's the Lictor. Yeah, Zinch Marines are a really nice option versus a hero in general. Now the Lictor Alpha jumps the last cannon hammer for whatever reason. He should have tied up these Zinch Marines, and now he's in retreat. So he didn't even get a model, and this last cannon hammer is still up, and they get the hits. But the Zone Trope is over here, and it will kill models with one shot. No, but there's a full retreat. And Noisy is struggling. Gets a blood crusher on the way.
You are losing us a victory point.
Especially Tyranids on this map are probably very powerful. There's a sigil, but spotted instantly from Riku, so nice over there. Now the Sorcerer is on retreat. And still taking a lot of damage in retreat by far. Wow. Level 2 Sorcerer, by the way. Level 4 Lictor Alpha already. And the Doom of Milty is on the field. There's Cannon Havoc. Needs to retreat. There we go. And there's the Blood Crusher. So Blood Crusher all by his own might not be the best decision to charge in, since there's a zone trope for the focused warblast, which you saw just here, but Blood Crusher gets worshipped, increases his health and energy regeneration, as well as infiltrating him, thus reducing his received range damage by 20%. There's a demonic charge, charging all the way inside the Doom of Milty, and maybe he can get some nice hits off, but he gets focused warblast again. There's a paroxysm and a wow. Sorry for not quite commenting on that. This was a paroxysm and a cataclysm from the Doom of Milty, wiping this not Havocs, the Raptors, and almost wiped the Heretic squad. So